Hi everyone! The century egg and pork congee is definitely one of everyone's favorite dim sum dishes. The traditional way of making it seems intimidating, but I have figured out a way to make it just as delicious but much easier. This is pork butt. I like it the best because the fat and tendon make the meat more chewy and juicy. Of course, you can use lean pork, or any kind of pork you like. Cut it to the size familiar to your pinky finger, but thinner. Of course, I always leave the cats a little treat so they won't steal the meat from the bowl when I'm not looking. Ginger. Slice 4 to 5 big slices and cut them in half. Shaoxing wine. I talked about it last time we made the chicken. You can get it from your local Asian market or the Amazon link in my description. Generously sprinkle 2 tablespoons of salt. The goal is to have all of the congee's flavor coming from the salt in the meat. Completely mix the ingredients and let it marinate for an hour. While the meat is marinating, let's prepare the rice. I use a rice cooker. It's just simply the easiest way and mess-free. The ratio of rice and liquid is 1 to 5. I use 2 cups of chicken stock for better flavor. You could use 5 cups of water if you don't have chicken stock. My rice cooker has a porridge option. If yours doesn't, just choose the slow cook option. It should be the option that cooks for anywhere between 40 to 65 minutes. And this is the infamous 1,000-year preserved egg. Although the egg is not actually 1,000 years old, it has been in Chinese people's diet for at least 600 years. Nowadays, it is a very common ingredient in Chinese recipes. I grew up eating it, so I never thought it as weird until my friends get freaked out about it. I assure you, it's one of the most delicious things. That's not mold in the middle. It's simply the color resulted from the preservation process using clay and wood ash. Finally, chop the scallions into very small pieces. An hour later, the congee should be done. Now I need to transfer the congee into a smaller pot. I know this is not the traditional way of making it, but this tastes great. I like to use a stone pot. You don't have to. The stone pot keeps the congee warm for longer when you serve congee in it. Divide the congee into roughly 3 equal parts and transfer 1/3 of the congee into the smaller pot. That's about one person's portion. To the pot, add 1.5 more cups of water. Don't ask me what kind of method this is. It just works and tastes great. Let it boil on medium heat and add in the chopped century egg. Three big slices of ginger. Make the slices big so we can easily avoid eating them. Take 1/3 of the marinated pork, about 5.5 ounces. To that, we add 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. Then, mix the starch and the pork really well. While waiting for the congee to boil, mix the congee a few times to avoid the rice sticking to the bottom of the pot. After the congee comes to a boil, let it boil for 2 more minutes before adding the pork and starch mixture. Use chopsticks to separate the pork. Then wait for the pork to cook. The pork pieces are pretty small, they should cook really quick. After the congee comes to a boil, wait about another minute or 2. Then the pork should be fully cooked. If you've noticed that this method has some leftover rice and pork, it's because for the next few days whenever I want congee again, I can simply repeat the last few steps and have another fresh bowl of congee again without having to prepare an hour ahead. Add some fresh scallions and our congee is ready to be served. It's bubbly, creamy, thick, fresh, and full of flavors. The taste of home. I can eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I hope you'll give it a try and let me know how your congee turns out. I'll see you next time.